Hey guys, it's Shen Fallen Blade with another video today. It's going to be another death battle reaction. I personally have been looking forward to this because I love Blade. He's one of my favorite characters in Marvel games and also in the Marvel movie. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I haven't seen anything of it. Maybe a few clips here and there and some like subtle references in some popular media, but nothing serious. So I'm looking forward to seeing things about Buffy. I'm beginning to learn more about my goat Blade. So we're going to find out. Let's get in there and see what we can learn today. And this one's live action. All right.
Blade versus Buffy.
The Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
He's with
Yep.
my boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
Looks
armor,
pretty
and
good.
skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm not sure about Blade's outfit, but we'll see.
They are known by many names. Revenant, Vortalok, Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the
Yep.
moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day. Blade.
True.
Is that really his costume?
Hang on.
Back in the
Now
day.
There's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one of the coolest.
Yeah, that's my
superheroes
favorite
ever.
scenes.
Basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also
Yep.
seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Yeah.
Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself.
Even Blade's
Yes, he
birth
will.
was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks's mother was in labor, her attending doctor
He's
turned out
6'2"?
to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning
Okay.
him half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would
Okay.
hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would reap the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong
Okay.
and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of
Yeesh.
the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can
Yep.
deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stadt's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and
Nice.
sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
Though Blade has been incapacitated via stabbing, his healing factor is powered through impalement and secondary material like Blade the series and Blade anime. Okay, fair.
After studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah, yes,
Okay.
the proof is from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered
Krav
more.
Maga.
So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking
Okay.
at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima,
Nice.
kickboxing, Shotokan Karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training progressed smoothly.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me go back to this.
Eskrima,
If I'm not
So for the full
mistaken,
scope of his martial arts ability,
okay, look at his abilities. Or sorry, things about him. Blood-sucking fangs, magical energy siphoning, that's pretty cool. The hypersenses, yep. Immortality, yeah, because of a vampire. Regeneration, shapeshifting, berserk mode, and martial arts. His martial arts,
we'll
yeah.
examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
There's one of these in here I heard.
Snipes'
If it's, I think
training
it's
and
a
choreography,
Systema.
We know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, kickboxing, Shotokan
Eskrima.
Karate, and Hapkido.
Okay.
Add on Blade's knack for
Eskrima,
stealthy
not
takedowns,
Systema.
and I guess
Okay.
you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers,
Okay.
Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right there!
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium. A variant of the metal that is mass-producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally,
nice.
Has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got
that is crazy.
Pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kind of dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that
fair enough.
To the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds
that
they
is
cannot be healed, and if they get
that is crazy.
In your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out.
Oh my god.
Hell lords and even greater threats like the cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the spirit of vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he's allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, you know, vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness, a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him better at killing vamps, he's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is
surprisingly
powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter. Training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
Nice. Really well done analysis.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
Prize Picks,
you know
really?
Awesome? Being right, especially when your co-host is always wrong.
Funny, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid.
Don't want to watch Prize Picks.
For your first $5 lineup.
If you want to use their thing, use their code if you are in Prize Picks.
It's good to be right.
Go support the creators that made this.
In every generation, there is a chosen one.
All right, Buffy.
Will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the
Okay.
first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change
Okay.
when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slang, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her
Okay.
and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary
Oh,
between
boy.
Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the Valley, all right. Along with new Watcher
Yeah.
Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby Gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels.
128 novels?
Of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But
Oh
we're
my
just
goodness.
crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's
Ooh.
also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said
Okay.
it. When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of
Oh my
judo,
God.
jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu,
Okay.
wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently
Nice.
thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even
Okay.
beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat
Okay.
monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of
Jeez.
armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked
Okay.
out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or
My
that
God.
Crimson jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical
My
scars, but
gosh.
she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live,
I mean,
normally,
yeah.
she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those
Yeah.
metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a
Okay.
hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul
She
ascended
died the
to
year
heaven
that
in
I
perfect
was
bliss.
born. Lovely.
Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence. This
What?
absolutely crushed Buffy and
Why?
annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses,
Okay.
and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Okay.
In battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. Slayer safe.
It's actually a Bardiche.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons, the scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds, kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And
oh, lovely.
There goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing their Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
All right. So,
hey, as you know,
they just pull those powers out of anywhere, don't they?
October.
No, stupid, it's the Skellatober Skellebration.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Come on, don't you watch Death Battle Cast? And for the first time ever, we've got Skellatober merch on the Death Battle store.
Wait,
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Skellatober? Yeah, look at that hat. Oh, I'm putting those stickers on everything. Wait, is that a pillow? We sell pillows now? Hell yeah, I'll take 7.
You can find all that and more, including our limited desk mats that are selling pretty quick, at www.deathbattle.gg. That's www.deathbattle.gg.
I need to get on making merch.
Happy Skellatober.
All right, nice.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a live-action death battle!
All right, come on, Blade. I want Blade to win. I have a bad feeling, though. We're starting in a vampire club. I mean, fitting. Okay.
We were kings long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten. You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours. Tonight.
You better put your hands off of Blade. The last person didn't get to go so well.
Beast.
Daywalker.
And she was just the start.
Yep. All right. Ooh, go to work. Yep, just as gruesome as I like it. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Oh, sunlight bomb. She's evil.
She was just a kid.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that crossbow's not doing nothing to Blade. And he has no weaknesses of a normal vampire. Okay. This is just cinematic. It's so nice. Come on. You knocked his glasses off. Fighting in a stall? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's gotta hurt. She's getting her strength. Lovely.
Amateur hour. There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Yep. Let's do it. Come on. Iconic Blade line. He is careful not to break them sunglasses. If even one of those connects, it would be over. Ooh. Come on, come on. This is really good. Well animated. Or sorry, it's not even animated. It's just CGI, I think, right?
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
Oh, that is a frame. Oh. End her. Do it. Hurry and end her. No, don't give some BS at the final moment. Seriously? Giving this to Buffy right now? That is so frustrating. Dang it!
Looks like you got ahead of yourself.
Oh, come on!
To be Blade tenured no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
They better explain this well.
Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really?
Fair.
Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories.
All right, let's hear it.
Stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure,
Okay.
Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought.
Seriously?
Compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating
Buffy scales to nearly a dozen power feats across her media that exceed any of Blade's scaling, and Chaos Bleeds, Buffy's sword, Hope's dagger, harmed the god of evil, dispersing its consciousness across all dimensions of reality. I mean, sure, fair enough.
Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but
That was
that's
his suit.
significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade
Okay.
seems to be in the odd man out, though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not
Yeah.
to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
Yeah.
But when
Easily.
it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And
Yeah.
Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone
Oh.
Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her
Dang
the
it.
superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
With Standing
Okay.
Blade draining her
What about
energy
the
with
living
his
gun?
bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul. Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly and just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It could easily deflect the
Okay.
breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium
Okay.
skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage
dang
over
it.
the Daywalker.
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy
Yeah.
sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Dang it.
Next time on Death Battle.
All right, who's next? Wait, is this who I think it is? Clive Rosfield? Clive Rosfield versus
Subscribe and
Dante.
join us remember to see more Death Battles.
Oh,
Thanks for
I am
watching.
so excited for this one. I love both of them so very much. That's going to be hard, though, because I don't want to pick between the two. I don't want to pick between Dante and Clive. I love both of them. I loved that Final Fantasy game so much. Dang it. I really thought Blade had a chance here, but when they broke it down, it made more sense. Oh, well. Fair one, Buffy. I guess I just didn't know enough about Buffy to actually make an educated guess on it. But, fair enough. Anyways, if you liked the video, stick around to my channel for even more. I have done some of these death battle reactions, and I will plan on doing more. I've been slumped with a lot of real life stuff happening in the past couple of weeks, and my content making has dwindled quite a bit, so I'm trying to make it where I can. So regardless of all that, I stream on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and I will try my hardest to put up more content. It just depends on how my life goes. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and see ya later.